This is the new cage for the GH5 from SmallRig. Hope you guys enjoyed that little B-roll piece of the SmallRig GH5 cage. I did buy this with my own money, so I'd appreciate a thumbs up. I just wanted to give you guys a rundown because I've been going through building a rig, which I'm going to be posting really soon. That's going to be quite epic. I don't have all the pieces. Some of them are only arriving next week, but I do want to show you the new GH5 cage because one of the things about the GH5 cages is that they've been through, I think, 3 different changes, and every single time they've gotten better and better. And this is the latest one from SmallRig. Now this is the 204.9 updated version. Now I know there's a 204, there's a 2. You know what? The numbers are so confusing because they went through a stage where they called it the same number, but they made an updated version. I'll post a link in the description below to the Amazon one where I bought this. However, the number sometimes doesn't match up, but they no longer use the number. They just ship in all the new units as confirmed by SmallRig on their Facebook page. Let's forget about the numbers and I'll just talk about older versions and this new version, which is the only one they make. Now on the side over here where you hold the camera, and this is where one of the biggest changes is, they've gotten rid of the NATO rail and the handle actually wraps around so perfectly on the grip. So when you're holding it, especially for someone like myself that does a lot of video work, with the handle on this side and you hold it over here because you like to still have control of your buttons, this is hands down the best grip that you can get for the GH5. And then moving up on here, you've got your normal quarter screw threads. If you wanted to mount something over here, perhaps a handle, maybe you don't use these buttons and you don't feel you need it, but there is no NATO rail on this side like before. Flipping to the other side, you do have the NATO rail, and you've also got your quarter screws, the 3/8 screws, as well as at the top an RE locating pin mount. So you can attach your RE locating mounts over there, as well as a NATO rail. Moving to the top, you've got a whole lot of quarter screw mounts, as well as another RE locating pin mount that you can mount over there. If you do have a handle, I'm going to be mounting a NATO rail, which is one of SmallRig's new NATO rails that I found over here. And then going on to this side, you now have your, is it a hard shoe, cold shoe? Your shoe mount, to mount something over there. It used to be on this side at an angle, and they've actually shifted over to this side, which is a lot nicer, especially when you mount something here and you hold it on this side and you've got your grip on this side. The weight distribution is just pretty cool. Moving to the front under the lens, you have these 2 holes over here if you want to do your rods and all of that stuff. There's actually a pretty cool DJI mount that will go over here if you do want to mount a mat box. I'm going to be posting a video on it when I do my full rig setup and how you can actually use these. But if you are using something like the Tilter mat box, you've got a quarter screw over here that you can actually utilize now right on the front to mount it out this way. And if you are going to be using the screw, or you do want to put something in over here, it's actually pretty cool because your NATO rail can't slip off this way, and then it won't be able to slip off the other way either. You do also have 2 quarter screw mounts on the front over here. So if you are going to be mounting a screen, or you have one of those front mounts, this is also compatible, I do believe, with the XLR adapter mount, you know, with the extended handle and that whole extra cage that goes over your XLR. This is compatible with that too, according to SmallRig. Moving underneath, you got a ton of quarter screw mounts as well as 3/8 mounts. So whatever you want to do underneath, it's pretty much standard. And then moving to where the actual GH5 mounts is where things change. A lot of the GH5 cages that came out before never had a rubber base, and people complained a lot about their cameras slipping and shifting. Now GH5 has got a rubber base in here, and not just that. They've added 2 screw holes over here where you would normally mount your strap, to actually screw it in and mount the cage onto it. So there is no shifting of the camera whatsoever. Also at the front over here where the battery door is, the previous cage used to come right across here. So if you wanted to mount something long across here, you couldn't because you had a step. So it's just a lot more of a versatile cage, and it's really something that is actually worthwhile. If you do have a current GH5 cage and you are struggling with it with some mounts and you just don't like it and it's starting to come loose, I've seen so many GH5 threads where people are complaining that their SmallRig cage just doesn't work so well and it slips too much. You've got your places for the strap on the one side. You do have this over here where you can actually put a strap through there if that is something that you're into. Other than that, screen can articulate perfectly, no other issues. That is the new cage, and I hope you guys enjoyed that B-roll piece and all the visuals. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell button, because I will be dropping a pretty cool cinema rig that I'm going to be building with this, which I'm so excited about. That's it from me. Wherever you guys are in the world, have a good day, good evening, good night. Goodbye.